Alright, so picture this. Sun, sand, questionable decisions. It's spring break, baby. The time of year when everyone's looking to trade in their textbooks for tequila shots and temporary tattoos. But sometimes, just sometimes, those good times take a hard left turn into nightmare territory. Yeah, we're talking about those spring break trips that go so wrong, they make the Hangover movies look like a relaxing spa day. So buckle up, grab your beverage of choice, maybe a security blanket if you're prone to spooking easily, because we're about to dive deep into 5 chilling spring break mysteries that'll have you second-guessing that next all-inclusive vacation package. These are the stories that'll keep you up at night, wondering what really went down and if maybe, just maybe, some mysteries are better left unsolved. But hey, that's never stopped us before, right? Let's get weird. June 3rd, 2011, Bloomington, Indiana. College town, you know the vibe. Everyone's out celebrating the end of the semester, the air thick with freedom and questionable life choices. Among them was Lauren Spearer, a 20-year-old student at Indiana University, just kicking off her summer break. Lauren was out with friends, a typical night of bar hopping and bad decisions, the kind that makes your parents question if you learned anything in college. But here's the thing about typical nights. They're supposed to end with bad karaoke and greasy pizza, not with a missing person report. See, after a night out with friends, Lauren walked back to her apartment alone in the early hours of the morning, and then poof, vanished, like a ghost in a crowded street. The thing about disappearances is, they leave this gaping hole, not just in the lives of those left behind, but in the story itself. One minute she's there, the next, nothing. It's enough to make you question everything you thought you knew. Now, when a young woman goes missing, especially in a college town, it doesn't take long for the alarm bells to start ringing. The police, the media, everyone and their dog descends on Bloomington, desperate for answers. Searches were organized, flyers plastered everywhere you looked, Lauren's face staring back, a haunting reminder that somewhere out there, a daughter, a friend, a life was hanging in the balance. Days bled into weeks, weeks into months, the hope flickering like a dying candle in the wind. But Lauren was gone. No witnesses, no ransom demands, no whispers on the wind, just silence. The kind of silence that screams louder than words, a silence that eats you from the inside out. You start questioning everything, every detail, every shadow, every what if. Did someone see something they didn't realize was important? Was there a clue overlooked, a piece of the puzzle missing? With no concrete leads, the rumor mill went into overdrive. Theories, both plausible and outlandish, spread like wildfire. Was Lauren abducted by a stranger? Did someone she know have something to do with her disappearance? The police chased down every lead, every hunch, every dead end. They investigated her friends, her ex-boyfriends, even that creepy dude who always hung out at the corner store, but every answer led to more questions, every path a dead end. The not knowing, the uncertainty, it's a special kind of hell. The families of missing persons, they live in this limbo, caught between hope and despair, forever haunted by the ghosts of unanswered questions. Some cling to the hope that their loved one is still out there, somewhere, while others find a grim solace in accepting the worst, in finding a way to say goodbye, even without a body to bury. Years have passed, seasons have changed, but the question remains, what happened to Lauren Spearer? It's a question that continues to haunt her family, her friends, and a community forever marked by her absence. The investigation remains open, a flicker of hope in the darkness. Maybe one day, someone will come forward with that missing piece of the puzzle, that one detail that will crack the case wide open. But until then, Lauren's story serves as a chilling reminder that sometimes, the most terrifying mysteries are those without answers. The kind that linger in the back of your mind, whispering doubts and fueling nightmares. What really happened to Lauren Spearer, and will her family ever find closure? Okay, let's shift gears and head south, way south, to the lush, vibrant jungles of Panama. It's 2014 and best friends Chris Kremers and Lisanne Froon, 2 Dutch students, are living the dream backpacking through paradise. They'd saved up for months, eager to trade in the gray skies of Holland for something a little more, well, tropical. They were young, adventurous, armed with a guidebook and that unshakable belief that nothing could go wrong. I mean, what could go wrong? It's a jungle, sure, but it's not like it's crawling with venomous snakes and things that go bump in the night, right? They were documenting their trip, snapping photos, updating their social media, the usual travel blogger stuff. But then, the updates stopped. Their online presence, once a flurry of activity, went eerily silent. At first, their families back home weren't too worried. I mean, they're in the jungle, right? Cell service is probably spotty at best. But as days turned into weeks, a knot of dread began to tighten in their guts. Something wasn't right. Weeks later, a discovery sent chills down everyone's spines. Deep in the Panamanian jungle, something was found. It wasn't the girls, not yet, but it was theirs. Their backpack, abandoned. And inside, their belongings, seemingly untouched. Clothes, phones, passports, all there. It's like they just set it down and walked away. But here's the thing, jungles don't work that way. You don't just walk away from your stuff in a place where every vine could be hiding something waiting to bite, sting, or worse. It's like stepping out of your car in the middle of a lion enclosure and leaving the door wide open. The discovery of their belongings ignited a firestorm. Search parties were assembled, helicopters buzzed overhead, and the story made headlines around the globe. Everyone was asking the same question, where were Chris and Lisanne? And then the story took an even darker turn. On a memory card recovered from their camera, a series of photos were discovered. Photos so unsettling, so eerie that they sparked a whole new wave of theories and speculation. Now, I've seen a lot of creepy stuff in my time, but these photos, man, they stick with you. Taken weeks after their disappearance, in the dead of night, they showed seemingly random shots of the dense jungle. But if you looked closer, really looked, you could make out what appeared to be items carefully arranged on rocks, a plastic bag illuminated in the darkness, and what some believed to be a piece of clothing caught in a tree. It was like they were trying to send a message, a distress signal, but to whom? What were they trying to say? Were they lost, injured, or was something more sinister at play? Theories ran rampant. Had they stumbled across something they shouldn't have, a drug operation maybe? Or had they become victims of something far more ancient and unsettling, something lurking in the heart of the jungle? The jungle, man, it's a character unto itself. It's alive, breathing, and it holds secrets. Secrets that some say are better left buried. Despite extensive searches and countless theories, the mystery of Chris and Lisanne's disappearance remains unsolved. The photos, the belongings, they only deepen the mystery. What do they mean? What really happened in the Panamanian jungle? Some believe that the girls met with a tragic accident, succumbing to the unforgiving elements. Others whisper of darker forces at play, of ancient legends and things that go bump in the night. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain, the jungle keeps its secrets close. And the story of Chris and Lisanne serves as a chilling reminder that even in paradise, darkness can lurk just beneath the surface. What do the photos on their camera reveal? And what really happened in the Panamanian jungle? Alright, so picture this. You and your buddies are on spring break, right? You're thinking sunshine, good times, maybe a questionable decision or two, but definitely not ghosts. Unless, of course, you decided to spend your break at the Stanley Hotel. This place, nestled in the Colorado Rockies, is already pretty imposing. But add in the fact that it inspired Stephen King to write The Shining. Let's just say it's not exactly known for its relaxing atmosphere. And for one group of friends, their spring break trip to the Stanley turned into a real-life horror movie. We're talking ghostly apparitions, weird noises, and that feeling like someone's watching you even though you're definitely alone. Or are you? It's enough to make you want to sleep with the lights on, and maybe under the covers, with a friend. Now this wasn't just a case of a couple of spooky shadows and a creaky floorboard. These friends reported seeing full-on figures like something straight out of a nightmare. One minute they're playing cards, the next, bam, ghostly figure in the corner, just chilling. Doors slammed shut on their own, lights flickered like a rave in a haunted asylum, and disembodied voices whispered through the halls. I'm talking classic haunted house stuff, but like, times 10. Naturally, word got around about these spooky encounters, and soon, everyone wanted to know, was the Stanley Hotel really haunted? I mean, it's not like the place needed any help in the creepy department. See, the Stanley has a bit of a reputation. And by a bit, I mean a whole lot. It's been featured on all those ghost hunting shows, you know the ones I'm talking about, where they wave around EMF readers and talk to furniture. But even before that, locals whispered about the hotel's original owners, F.O. and Flora Stanley, still hanging around. Apparently they liked to keep an eye on things, even from beyond the grave. Flora was known for her piano playing, and guests swore they could still hear her ghostly melodies echoing through the empty music room. And then there's the story of Lord Dunraven, a former guest who apparently developed a thing for stealing silverware. I mean, who hasn't been tempted? But people say his ghost still roams the halls looking for his next shiny souvenir. So what do you think? Are these spring breakers just messing with us? Did they eat one too many edibles and mistake a coat rack for a ghost? Or is there something truly eerie going on at the Stanley Hotel? Maybe it's the power of suggestion. After all, when you stay in a place that inspired The Shining, you're kind of asking for it, right? Or maybe, just maybe, the Stanley Hotel is a portal to another realm, a place where the veil between the living and the dead is thin as a hotel bedsheet. One thing's for sure, I'm not spending the night there to find out. Alright, buckle up, because we're heading into the Bermuda Triangle, a place where compasses spin like fidget spinners at a middle school dance, and planes vanish like your hopes and dreams after a long weekend. It all started in 1945, when 5 Navy bombers, dubbed Flight 19, took off from Florida on a routine training mission. It was supposed to be a nice little jaunt in the sky, you know, enjoy the view, practice some formations, maybe try to spot Atlantis. But as the sun began to set, things took a turn for the weird, and by weird, I mean disappearing into thin air weird. The pilots radioed in, their voices laced with confusion and a hint of, oh God, we're all going to die, reporting that their compasses were going haywire and the ocean didn't look quite right. And then, silence. A massive search and rescue mission was launched, scouring every inch of the ocean like you searching for your phone after dropping it in the toilet. But they found nothing. No wreckage, no oil slicks, not even a single stray life preserver. It was like the ocean just swallowed them whole, burped, and went back to sleep. Now, when something this bizarre happens, naturally people start coming up with explanations. Some say it was just a series of unfortunate events, human error, bad weather, maybe the planes got bored and decided to elope with a flock of seagulls. But where's the fun in that? Others, well, they went full-on X-Files. We're talking alien abductions, underwater pyramids guarded by vengeful sea monsters, maybe even a rogue time portal that accidentally sent the planes back to the Jurassic period. Then there's the Bermuda Triangle itself. This infamous stretch of ocean has a reputation for gobbling up ships and planes like a hungry teenager at an all-you-can-eat buffet. Some blame it on magnetic anomalies, others on methane gas eruptions that could bring down a plane faster than you can say turbulence. But honestly, who knows? Maybe it's a combination of things, a perfect storm of weirdness that creates a vortex of doom. Or maybe, just maybe, there's something more out there, something we can't even begin to understand. The disappearance of Flight 19 wasn't the first or last to occur in the Bermuda Triangle. Over the years, countless ships and planes have vanished in this watery abyss, leaving behind nothing but unanswered questions and a whole lot of conspiracy theories. It's like the ocean's version of Area 51, shrouded in secrecy and whispered rumors. And the more we learn, the less we seem to know. Some experts argue that the Bermuda Triangle is no more dangerous than any other heavily trafficked area of the ocean. They point to human error, unpredictable weather patterns, and the Gulf Stream's ability to quickly sweep away any debris. But those explanations just aren't as exciting, are they? They lack that certain je ne sais quoi, that spine-tingling feeling that maybe, just maybe, there's something more to it than meets the eye. The mystery of Flight 19 continues to captivate and confound us, reminding us that even with all our technology and advancements, there are still forces in this world that we can't explain. It's a sobering thought, isn't it? To think that something as vast and powerful as the ocean can just swallow you whole, leaving no trace, no explanation, just an empty space where you once were. So, what really happened to Flight 19? Were they victims of a navigational error? Did they encounter something sinister lurking beneath the waves? Or did they simply get lost in a fog of confusion and disappear into the vastness of the Atlantic? The truth, like the wreckage of those planes, remains lost somewhere in the depths of the Bermuda Triangle, a chilling reminder that some mysteries are destined to remain unsolved. Picture this: turquoise waters, white sand beaches, margaritas flowing like water. Cancun, the ultimate spring break destination where the only thing warmer than the sun is the tequila. But beneath this idyllic facade lies a darker, more mysterious side. A side where ancient cenotes, those natural sinkholes filled with crystal clear water, beckon with promises of adventure and maybe a slight case of the bends. Our story takes us deep into the heart of the Yucatan Peninsula, where a group of friends, fueled by youthful exuberance and probably a few too many tequila sunrises, decided to explore one of these underwater labyrinths. They were warned, of course, about the dangers of venturing too far into the caves. Local legends whispered of ancient spirits guarding the depths, of treacherous currents that could drag you into the abyss, and of giant man-eating catfish with a taste for college students. But hey, who listens to local legends, right? Armed with flashlights, scuba gear, and a healthy dose of "it'll be fine," the group descended into the cool, inviting waters of the cenote. The sunlight above faded, replaced by the eerie glow of their flashlights, illuminating a world of stalactites, stalagmites, and the occasional blind cave fish that looked like it had seen some things. As they swam deeper into the labyrinthine passages, the silence of the underwater world enveloped them. It was peaceful, serene, almost otherworldly, but this tranquility wouldn't last. The group emerged into a large cavern, its ceiling dripping with water, creating an ethereal mist that hung in the air. They marveled at the beauty, their voices echoing off the cavern walls. But as they regrouped, they realized something was terribly wrong. One of their friends was missing. Panic set in. They searched frantically, their flashlight beams cutting through the darkness, their voices echoing off the cavern walls, but there was no sign of their friend, no struggling silhouette, no muffled cries for help. It was like they had vanished into thin air, or rather, thin water. The group, now facing the very real consequences of their carefree adventure, made their way back to the surface, their hearts pounding in their chests. They alerted the authorities, and a search and rescue operation was launched, but despite their best efforts, the missing friend was never found. Theories abound about what happened that day in the cenote. Some say the missing friend simply got disoriented in the maze-like passages and drowned. Others whisper of a strong current, hidden from view, that dragged them away before anyone could react. But then, there are the whispers, the rumors that persist like the echoes in that cavern. Whispers of ancient Mayan curses, of vengeful spirits guarding the cenotes, of creatures lurking in the darkness, waiting to drag unsuspecting souls into the depths. The truth, like the missing friend, remains elusive, lost somewhere in the murky depths of the cenote. The Cancun Cave mystery serves as a chilling reminder that even in paradise, danger lurks beneath the surface, and some secrets are best left undisturbed. So, the next time you're tempted to explore those inviting waters, remember the Cancun Cave mystery, and maybe, just maybe, think twice before venturing too far from the light. After all, you never know what might be lurking in the shadows, waiting to drag you into the depths. Gap 7S. Next, we travel to the frigid Ural Mountains of Russia, where a group of 9 experienced hikers set out on an adventure that would turn into one of the most perplexing mysteries of the 20th century, the Dyatlov Pass incident. In February 1959, Igor Dyatlov led a group of fellow students from the Ural Polytechnical Institute on a skiing expedition. They were well prepared and experienced, but what transpired on that snowy mountainside has baffled investigators and fueled countless theories for decades. The hikers set up camp on the slopes of Kholat Syakhl, a name that ominously translates to Dead Mountain in the local Mansi language. Something happened that night, something so terrifying that it caused the hikers to cut their way out of their tent and flee into the freezing wilderness in just their socks and underwear. When a search party eventually found the tent, it was discovered half buried in the snow with the group's belongings and shoes left behind. The first 2 bodies were found at the edge of the forest, near the remains of a small fire. They were shoeless and dressed only in their underwear. As the search continued, more bodies were found, some with severe injuries that experts described as being caused by a force comparable to a car crash. One hiker had a fractured skull, another had major chest fractures, and one woman was missing her tongue, eyes, and parts of her lips. The official Soviet investigation concluded that an unknown compelling force had caused the deaths, but what that force was remains a topic of fierce debate. Some theories suggest an avalanche or a severe snowstorm, while others point to more sinister possibilities like secret military tests, UFOs, or even a Yeti attack. Further complicating the mystery are the reports of strange orange spheres seen in the sky around the time of the incident, and the fact that some of the hikers' clothing showed high levels of radiation. Despite numerous investigations, books, documentaries, and even a feature film, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains unsolved. Each theory seems to raise more questions than it answers, leaving us to ponder what really happened on that desolate mountainside. So, As you sit by the fire this spring break, cozy and warm, remember the story of the Dyatlov Pass incident. It's a chilling reminder that sometimes the greatest mysteries are found not in the depths of the ocean or the corners of the earth, but in the icy heart of the unknown. Well, there you have it, folks. 5 chilling spring break mysteries that'll make you think twice about booking that all-inclusive trip. From the haunting disappearance of Lauren Spearer to the ghostly apparitions of the Stanley Hotel, these stories remind us that even in the midst of fun and relaxation, darkness can lurk around every corner. Which of these spring break mysteries gave you the chills? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more mysterious adventures. And remember, some mysteries are better left unsolved. Thanks for watching. In our next video, we'll be diving into the strange world of unsolved celebrity disappearances. Until then, stay curious and maybe think twice about your next spring break adventure. See you soon. Time is a mysterious thing, always moving forward, never looking back. Just like these mysteries, some things are meant to remain in the shadows. But for those who dare to seek the truth, the journey is never ending. So keep your eyes open and your mind sharp, because you never know when the next mystery will come knocking at your door. Until next time, mystery fans, stay safe and stay curious.